is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
This is Mick Shots, streaming live on DallasCowboys.com and the official Dallas Cowboys app. Now, here are Bill Jones, Everson Walls, and Mickey Spagnola.
Go!
Yeah, there we go.
Go! Dallas Cowboys! It's the go team of the season.
You're just going to bring this song home and try to play it for you.
We won't be hearing up here for quite some time.
Stampede!
We can't play it. We can't play it in that season. We can't. So this will be our last time. To the least play.
All right, one more time. It's Football Friday. And there are, as Bill would like to say, football players on the football field. Cowboys going through their usual Friday sort of walkthrough with helmets on and jerseys. One more time, preparing for Sunday's last game of the season against the Washington Commanders. Mickey Spagnola, Everson Walls with you on Mick Shots on this glorious-looking Friday here in
nice
Dallas-Fort Worth.
God, I wish we were in the playoffs. Man.
Wouldn't you?
It would be nice, man. The weather is beautiful. It's like, you know, we're out there practicing, getting ready for the first round of the playoffs, right? No,
not quite.
Not doing that.
Which leads us to having to play the final game of the season Sunday noon at AT&T Stadium against the Washington Commanders. And, you know, when I was doing my fan segment, they wanted to make a game pick. And I said, seriously?
Who cares?
Right. And it's like, well, tell me what Washington wants to do.
Right.
Because, you know, they're in. Okay. So I'm going to ask you, for them to move from the 7th seed to the 6th seed, they have to beat the Cowboys.
Okay.
And then they have to have the Chicago Bears go into Green Bay and beat the Packers.
That is not happening. Now, does Green Bay?
And then if that happened, then Green Bay would be the 7th seed and Washington would be the 6th seed.
Which makes the opponent what?
So, if you're the 7th seed, you're playing the number 2 seed.
Okay.
Which is Philadelphia.
Okay.
If you're the 6th seed, you're playing the loser of Detroit and
Who's not
Minnesota.
Trying? Who's not? Wait. Detroit, Minnesota, they play each other.
Because they're playing each other.
Okay. Yes.
So who would you rather play in the first round, Philadelphia or that loser?
I would rather play Philadelphia, only because your quarterback is your number one quarterback is he's still in concussion protocol, correct?
I haven't checked that.
I believe he's still in concussion protocol.
Or if he's not, they might be resting him.
Right.
And they're going to rest probably because they cannot improve or diminish their standing.
Well, you know,
and to all the people we're going to call Mickey and put him on X right now, is Washington does have the 6th seed currently. They do. Just letting you know.
Okay.
Green Bay has the 7th. Yes.
Oh, I thought it was the other way
No.
around.
Washington has the 6th seed. They have a better conference record at 8-3. Green Bay's conference record currently is at 6-5.
Okay.
They do have the same record though.
So winning and losing is not going to matter?
Well, they have to win because if they lose, they're at 11-6.
Yeah.
And if Green Bay wins, they'd be at 12-5. So they would jump them, but they have to win the game. They win the game, they stay at 6. They lose the game, and Green Bay beats Chicago. They flip-flop.
Well, let's assume
I'm just saying
Green Bay's beating Chicago.
Right.
Right?
Right. That's what I'm
gonna
assuming.
Right, yes. So they have to win the
So
game. But I'm just
Washington
saying
has to win.
For the people who are going to call you and say, hey, you're wrong, Washington has the 6th seed currently.
All right. Well, my little paper here with the
Your little scenario is screwed.
Had it messed up. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's okay.
All right. So Washington does need to play. They can't rest.
So they're going to bring it to us.
And Jerry said it's it's still the focus on the game. I want to beat those guys this week. It's important. Let's go get the Commanders.
Okay, so having said that, are we tanking? Are we letting some guys rest and look forward to next season? Are we playing guys who are already injured and could possibly become even more injured? Are we risking all of that? Because if we're not, then we're not really caring about winning this game.
I think the injured guys are already out. So, I printed out the injury report and left it behind, of course.
I just want to see the roster. I want to see the roster. Who we're going with.
You got to play everybody because they're already got the injured guys out. These guys are already playing. So the only decision they have to make.
This is our roster if we were leaving guys out.
No, it's going to be the same.
Right.
There's not going to change. The only thing that's going to change is it seems like it would do Trey Lance a solid to let him start. Jerry said for competitive reasons this morning he's not saying. Mike has said the same thing. Now he's got a conference call at 12:30.
Right.
I don't know if he'll change his tune during that or not. Maybe producer Supreme can keep an eye on what he has to say.
We were wondering about that, Chris. See if you
and
can
so
peek in on it.
that would be, to me, the only significant change. You might say, okay, I'm going to take a better look at Deuce Vaughn and Hunter Lipke as the running back.
Hadn't seen much of Hunter lately. Has he been injured?
He's been in there, but
Okay.
he hasn't got any carries. They always look at him as, he could be a one-back running back for you.
But he can also block.
And he
Rico.
block. You can block. And, Rico, the only goal he would have in this game is to gain 1 yard, which would mean he would have more yards rushing in a season since Zeke had 1,300 in 2019.
Right.
So there are things to accomplish in this game. The other consideration, and I don't think it's going to be a consideration, is so Cooper Rush had 2 levels of play time incentive, percentage of snaps. The first one was it was like 44% of the snaps he would earn $250,000 extra bonus.
Yeah.
If he got 55% of the snaps, he would earn another $250,000. All right.
I think he's at that.
So right now he's at 52%.
Oh, he didn't make. He's not to 55 yet.
He's not to 55.
He ain't gonna make it to 55.
So if
unless Trey gets
right,
hurt.
but what they can do is say, thanks a lot. When we negotiate for next year, we'll throw that $250,000 because the bonuses, since they were unlikely to be earned in, I think, in previous contracts. It doesn't count against the cap until next year. So you could say, okay, here's $500,000. We owed you $250 for being a good dude. We'll pay you $250
Since
more.
when do people get paid in the NFL for being a good dude? That
They
never
released,
happens,
They
bro.
released Zeke because
What
he
happened to
was a
this
good
team?
dude.
What happened to the NFL? Well, you know what? I'm happy for the players. Of course, you know me. I'm old school, and we got treated like old school. And I'm just so I don't know if I'm happy for them or if I'm like, hey, where's my good luck charm?
Well,
where's my stuff?
But if something was on the line, he would have gotten it.
Gotcha.
Right? Yeah. So I would think the right thing to do is to start Trey Lance, give him an opportunity. But I think everybody needs to remember that he has not started or played significant snaps in an NFL game since the second week of 2022 in San Francisco.
You know,
So
when you
that's
ask,
significant.
you know, there are times when you and I go back through history and talk about some of the things we've experienced. It is kind of cool to see that the NFL is nothing like it used to be.
Right?
Man, it's nothing like it used to
So
be.
do you remember,
If this was back in '88 or whatever,
how about 89?
80. Oh,
You remember
89 was
the
ridiculous.
running back,
Which one?
Paul Palmer, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't
of course,
he
from KC Chiefs.
right? And he had, I think, playtime
Yeah.
incentives. and he got benched for the final game of
Yeah.
the season.
See
Jimmy
that?
said, "You're not going to be here next year. There's no sense wasting bonus money on you."
And what does Jimmy care about bonus money?
Because Jerry was hemorrhaging money back then,
But Jimmy had nothing to do with that.
but he did.
Let Jerry handle that. And see, I think that's the thing.
Well, he probably did. He told him, "Don't play this guy."
He probably did.
And something happened because I remember he was in the training room, and I don't know if they said, "Oh, he's got some sort of injury or something like that," and they didn't play him. So I think the lead running backs that game were Darrell Johnston and I'm not going to remember. You had another running back who was sort of a backup type
Yeah.
guy, and he ended up starting.
You're not
in
talking
that
about
game.
Richard, are you?
No.
The running back that got cut for Christmas. You remember that, right? He got cut. Jimmy cut him for Christmas
Because
because he fumbled the ball in a meaningless game.
So it was 89. Paul Palmer. Oh, they don't have him on here. I'll find it. Oh, I forgot his first name. Sargent.
That's his name?
Sargent was his last name.
Oh, you're talking about the big fullback.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not Palmer.
No. I'm saying he was the one that started.
I can't remember his name.
He and DJ.
Big guy.
Yeah.
He's big fullback. Yeah.
He and DJ ended up starting in place of Palmer because they wanted to save
He's
salary
good,
cap
I
money.
can't remember his name. He was a good guy, though. We had good times. We had good times with him. We were losers, but we were having good times.
So his name was Broderick.
That's
Broderick
right.
Sargent.
That's right.
Yeah, that's it. So anyway, I think they would take care of. I don't think that should matter if they want to give Trey Lance a chance to go ahead and start. And from that standpoint, you can have Will Greer be the backup quarterback.
And that's what I was wondering. If Coop's not doing anything, right?
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah.
Because Will Greer is going to be the backup, right?
They could elevate him off the practice squad.
So they have not yet.
No, that wouldn't do that till Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm just saying, I don't know if they would or not,
I
but
think
I'm
they will.
just saying, why not, right? And it would give him a little bump in salary from practice squad pay to one game in the regular season. So I could see them doing that. After that, Deuce Vaughn, maybe a couple series.
Right.
I don't know how much they want to put Rico out there. Hunter Lepke, give him some snaps. And I bet at some point they would. Austin Richards is ready to get back in play.
Okay.
So he was active this past week. Maybe they get him out there. And then from a guard standpoint, you got Hoffman and TJ Bass with Zach still out, obviously. So you can get them in there, and there's no sense extending Tyler Smith if you don't want to. But you want to put your best available, I think, offensive line out there to give Trey Lance a chance.
And that's the best available.
Well, that's what they got. I mean, that's what they've been doing, right? Yeah, that's what they've already been doing. So you might get those guys out there at some point. So, but other than that, you're playing everybody on defense.
And
you realize they've played 7 different cornerbacks this year?
Yes. I believe.
Started.
And they still need. I'm surprised they hadn't signed someone off the practice field for this game.
Well, they can elevate pride again.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think I haven't seen it officially, but I understand maybe those fines that are getting thrown out, they might have reduced those things.
Why would you say
for that little? Someone said something about it. Yeah, but I haven't seen it posted yet. I mean, the poor guy would have paid to play.
Right.
But yeah, they can do that. They probably have to bring up another linebacker, I would think. Maybe there's a wide receiver that they want to look at, although they've looked at all the wide receivers already.
So the one who's in the red right now, what's his name?
In the red.
Meaning he got fined.
It was Jalen Brooks.
Yeah. Oh, it was Brooks.
Brooks.
It was Brooks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Troy Pride off the practice squad. So I would imagine they've got to do that again. I guess they have to start Andrew Booth. I don't know that there's any other options.
You act as if he's the worst cornerback in the.
Well, I don't know that he's the worst, but he hasn't been.
There's a reason What do you always say? There's a reason
He's a backup.
that he's a backup.
Yeah, or was spending
Or
the
a
majority of the
practice
season
field.
on the practice squad.
Practice squad.
Right. Yeah. So, but other than that, on defense, you're playing the guys. Now you know, Micah wants a play. He needs a half a sack.
Okay.
To get double-digit sacks and be one of like 2 or 3 guys to have double-digit sacks in their first 4 seasons.
You know, when you look at Micah's decision, well, I don't know if the decision is made yet, but when you start comparing that with Saquon Barkley, I would imagine they decided to keep Barkley out, even though you're talking about chasing history here. I don't know if this is his decision or not, but I have to think that if they left it up to him, that he would want to play.
He sounded like, well, you got to say it, right?
Yes, of course.
But he said he was good with it.
Yeah.
That the team is more important than. But again, it
Well,
goes back to my
that's
asterisk, though.
What's that?
That if he broke it,
It's
was
in
17 games, not
well,
16.
Dickerson has no asterisk on his
Yeah,
when it
I
comes
know, 'cause
to
he
OJ. So
broke-
we're talking about 2 games difference between OJ and Dickerson.
Right.
So there's something there.
Right. The other guy that's got something on the line, Cavante Turpin's averaging 33.6 yards kickoff return, and the NFL record belonging to the very important Jim Duncan,
That's who owns this?
1970, 35.4. So he would need a big return to push his average up 2 yards. And you know what? When I was asking about it, he knows about it.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, just go over there and tell him to kick it to you. Quit the touchback stuff, right?
No, they have to win the game,
Right,
Spags,
but
so they're
yes.
not going to do that.
Right.
Maybe if they didn't have to win the game, they might do him a solid and kick
Right,
it to him.
right.
But no, they have to win the game.
So
Talking about the Commanders.
They may not kick it to him.
No, they may not. Well, they won't try to oblige him. I'll say that much.
Well, look at who's
What's up, Nate
obliging
from Frisco?
us.
Spice up this
Boy,
show, man.
I
What's
hope
happening?
he didn't speed to get here in time. He's not even going to miss the 1 minute of the first segment.
Hey, Nate, you didn't tell me that the view was so nice over here, man. Look at this.
Oh, yeah, you get
I
to
didn't know
see
you could
everything.
see yourself. You know,
Yeah,
I can
man.
watch TV if I want.
Oh,
I didn't know you had
I
all of
spend
this
half our
sitting here.
show always
And y'all look
watching
at the
TV.
back of my head all the time.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That ain't cool.
You know, I
bro.
forgot to tell you the other show when they start,
Yeah, they all-
they all
everybody-
turn and look at the
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
That's what the other show does?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, y'all got to tell me this stuff, man. Come on. And they better look at the back of my head. Come on.
Well, since we got Nate here, we'll take a break and continue on Mick Shots with the 3 of us here with Bill Jones taking care of his.
Let's not get
I
it.
feel
Let's
like
not
Trey Lance.
Whoa!
13, bro.
And with that, we will return in a moment.
Cowboys football and Miller Lite. What a pairing. Can cracks at kickoff. Tailgates going way past postgame. Sunday night overtimes followed by Monday morning swagger. Brisket in the smoker. Miller Lite in the cooler. America's team playing America's greatest sport. Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys football tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2023 Miller Brewing Company, Fort Worth, Texas.
How do you tell the world about all the great gifts in the Yeti store? Let her rip, Troy.
All right, folks, let's get started with the Yeti French Press. Enjoy coffee that stays hot for hours in a French press. 34 ounce for you, 6'4" for the cruise. The Yeti French Press. Hot mix waterproof bags. Bags waterproof. Submersible waterproof doubles. Waterproof backpacks. World's mostly water, so get a waterproof Yeti bag. Do I smell something cooking? Oh, new cast iron skillets made to be passed down like Mama's recipes. Take your steak, cornbread, cobbler's pot pie, and potatoes and next level with 3 sizes of Yeti cast iron skillets.
Gear, gifts, and product experts. Visit the Yeti store on McKinney Street and at South Lake Town Square today.
Hey, Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle?
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
The Medal of Honor is our country's highest military award for valor in combat. More than 40 million individuals have served in the armed forces since the Civil War. Fewer than 4,000 have received the Medal of Honor. The National Medal of Honor Museum will be a place to preserve these legacies and inspire America. It's being built right next door to the Dallas Cowboys in Texas. Help us honor our country's greatest heroes. Learn more and get involved at mohmuseum.org.
Back to Mick Shots.
Cowboys Nation, Amanda Foster has been named your 2024 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year, presented by Captain Morgan for her dedication to the team and spicing up the game. Vote for Amanda to be named the ultimate NFL Fan of the Year at NFL.com/Fan of the Year.
And we continue here on Mick Shots on this glorious Friday.
Beautiful,
at the
beautiful
Star.
weather.
Everson Walls. Nate Newton joins us in place of Bill. I was going to say Bill Parcells.
Don't worry about it.
Bill
You are who
Jones.
Yeah.
And
Your
myself,
record indicates
Mickey Spagnola.
Yeah.
So we discussed the quarterback thing.
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts on giving Trey Lance a start? If they do that.
I saw him in preseason, and I was all about the Trey Lance experience. I saw him in the preseason game, and I was still all about the Trey Lance experience. Season started, I was about the Cowboys, Dak winning. If he get hurt, Cooper Rush winning, and that's where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Still Cooper Rush. You don't get to relax because you're not in the playoffs.
Right.
You get to continue to show people who you are. Now, people say, well, Nate, you're speaking with a double tone. Well, why not play Trey Lance? Well, it's some wide receivers out there want to know that this quarterback know where to throw the ball and how to place that ball. So Cooper Rush gives you a better chance to evaluate the rest of these wide receivers, a la the kid from the Panthers. B-I-G-O, Bingo. So Bingo.
B-I-N-G-O.
Bingo.
What Bingo was his name?
And so,
was there a song about that?
Yeah, Bingo was his name.
So we got to, I want to see, because if one of these receivers can show some spark in this last game, maybe I'll get off of my first-round pick being a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I doubt it, but, I want to see what these dudes can do. And I don't believe Trey Lance gives me that chance to see that. I don't want to see him run. I can go get a running back. We got a bunch of them. I want to see him throw. Now, if you're going to let him throw repeatedly from the 10-yard line down to the red zone, I'm with that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to be out there, we running all these options and all, I don't want to see.
You want him to be a true
quarterback.
What he can do.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they have in mind, if indeed they go that direction.
I'm glad you brought up the wide receivers because these backups, man, I have to admit, they have been extremely inconsistent for this team this year. I'm sorry. CeeDee Lamb started off really, really disappointing, but stepped up and showed just what a
fine athlete he is.
Man, this guy, he makes you forget all about that BS, man. That's just how good he is.
He's a number 88.
There's a reason for that.
Yes.
So, but when you're talking about these other guys, I got to get more. I was very disappointed except for number 3. I'm sorry,
Brandon Cooks.
Except for Cooks, I'm so disappointed in the other players. There were times when they did step up and make plays. But I don't want to see the amazing play. I want to see the consistent play. And I didn't see consistent play out of them. There were times when, man, I'm putting it right there where I need you to have it, where you want to have it, and I need you to catch it. And there are times when I didn't put it where I need to put it, but I need you to come up with a play.
Your catch radius.
Yes.
That was one of the things on the scouting sheet. Oh, his catch radius. Well, I would like to see it.
And you know who taught me about catch radius? Drew Pearson.
Yes.
Drew Pearson talked about how wide receivers these days, they want everything to be here. Drew Pearson told Roger Staubach, anywhere here is a good pass.
Yes.
I don't care if it's behind me, and that's the way they played. So their thought process is that.
Yes, sir.
That's not the thought process of these younger receivers. I don't know about younger receivers. I'm not going to put a stamp on all of them. But on these guys here, their radius needs to be increased.
See, if you're going to play Trey Lance, the first thing I'm telling my wide receivers as a wide receiver coach, son, I need for you to make a play for this quarterback. He's young. He's inexperienced. Make a play for him. What do you mean, Coach? That radius, that catch
and
radius
guess what
we're
else?
talking about.
Guess what? When you're running the route, there's no slipping. There's no falling down.
Do not fall down.
There's none of that. That happens. I'm sure that happens in all games. But, we have an unusual amount of, I slipped. I remember they told us back at DBs, hey, son, you can't slip. There's no slipping. You slip, it's a touchdown.
Go slip him off a job. Go slip him off this job.
Go get you some different cleats, right?
Yeah. There are certain things that you just depend on. You want reliability from your wide receivers, and there was no, except for CD, there was no reliability there to where my quarterback can say, man, I feel real comfortable trying to put this in that tight window because he's going to fight for it.
So to accentuate what you said, Cooks is an unrestricted free agent next year. So there's no guarantee he's back.
And I do like Cooks. I did not put Cooks in that category.
And they're looking at those young guys. Somebody's got to step up. Now, Tolbert tied for the team lead with 6 touchdown receptions.
Let me give you an analogy right before we start. I've seen guys in the NBA be 20-point scorers on their team. Then they lead the team at on average, but maybe 15, 10 points. They say, well, why is that? Well, over here when team won, that was the only thing they had.
Right.
Over here, it's better players in
so
better situations. So he's got to share, and plus, he ain't as good as he thought he was. Let me tell you about Tolbert. We had no one else to throw to. With the other Tolberts wasn't showing up. Brandon Cooks was hurt. I lie.
He had to make
a play.
Yeah.
Right.
So I want to see, starting this game, it should have started last game, but starting this game, let's target Tolbert 10 or 15 times. Let's target, hey, man.
This is what you want.
It's what you we finna target you, bro. So
I'd
going.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
I would love to see him shut me up. I would love to see
target
that.
him. Don't.
This is for next year. This is for your offseason.
When you say I tell people that's right here. I've been on the 1-15. I've been on the 3-13. I don't know how bad it was for you, Everson. Because you are truly a veteran guy. But I was still on that edge of they getting rid of the fat guy at any time. So the last game of the season,
and guess
I was
what they got
praying.
rid of? Did the fat guy stay?
Yeah. I was praying that I had a dud in front of me so I could just mow him over.
Right.
Yeah. So if I'm Tolbert, I'm like, Coach, throw me the ball.
Come at me.
Throw me the ball.
Please.
You wanna leave this game, Tolbert targeted 15 times.
Your CD
caught 12, 120 yards, 2 TDs. Man, he went off. Now make them when they say, hey, what we need in the first round, and that receiver sitting there. We're gonna go on and get this D lineman, or we're gonna get this cornerback. We got
somebody.
We got somebody that hey, he showed what he was worth. Are they saying like, man, do you really believe? If you can't check the box, I want to be able to check the box on Tolbert.
Then I gotta go get that wide receiver at Texas.
Bro, go get somebody because CD Lamb needs some help.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Especially if Brandon Cooks is. And we saw what happened when he wasn't there.
And Brandon should be your third receiver. He should be that slot guy that's moving around. He's not that guy.
The situational guy.
He's not that guy no more that can really get you that 1,000 yards, that you can run him anywhere. Back in the day, and it's something about being youthful. You can, them bombs we saw, or the few bombs we saw, we like, why is he running a bomb? You got to remember, go look at some film. Yeah, he used to get those things because he could stop and he had enough power. He don't have that anymore. So he should be your third receiver.
So what you're saying is you need T. Higgins.
Oh Jesus! Don't
but that's the type. That's what you want.
You talk too much cap for me to go out and talk about the T. Higgins. Don't even do that, Mickey.
But that's the quality of receiver you want. I didn't say how much it was going to cost.
You need to do this right here because you talking out the side of your neck.
No. You didn't
Everson, you hear
understand
this
what I said.
You hear this cap? Everson, did you hear this cap?
Okay, how about this? You need Elvin Harper.
Yeah, you do.
So T. Higgins is Elvin Harper to Jamar.
No, T.
Chase.
Alvin, I love you, baby, but you'll never be a T. Higgins.
I love me some Harper too.
But you saw what happened with him when he didn't have Michael.
That's right.
When he went to Tampa Bay.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes,
then
sir.
it was like, oh, we thought you were a number 1 receiver.
Right.
No, you were a number 2 receiver.
You got Tampa.
Yeah. So that's what I meant.
Yes,
you need
sir.
a receiver of
Well,
that
I thought you
quality.
were pulling another
No, I'm
Jacksonville
not
State
saying
up
you're going to
here.
go in free agency and spend another $30 million on a wide
The
receiver.
capologist done hurt my feelings up
Yeah,
in
don't
there.
mess with the
The capologist, man.
Goodness gracious. So, yeah, you're right about that. And then from a defensive standpoint, they're already playing everybody.
Yes.
Really, right?
Now you got to decide who you're going to – and I'm going at this kid, Tober, but you know what? I don't want to be the average guy. I know he's got a bad situation.
And he's playing with the 2 fingers
Yeah,
taped
that's
together.
what I'm saying. I know he's got a bad situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't want to just – but, man, we left training camp knowing that this kid was going to take that next step.
Mm-hmm.
And –
he had a really good training camp.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We left training camp knowing he was going to take the next step. And, boy, he just – like he slipped on something.
He didn't. There's the physicality isn't there. I don't see the confidence in his routes. I don't see the confidence in him being that targeted wide receiver. And I was just so disappointed in it because I've been hearing from Spags, I've been hearing from Bill about how, this guy's going to be that guy.
Yeah, man, he did it, man.
He even looked smaller out there. I was looking for a guy who's bigger, a guy who could take on a little bit more. I did not see that from them. Now, having said that, I'm just like Nate. Man, me and you, I'm drafted free agents. Man, I'm going to give you a shot.
Yeah.
Because somebody gave us a shot.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a shot, but you got to show me. You got to come out there. You got to show me that you're going to be Everson Walls, man.
Like
you got to show me you're going to be Nate Newton, bro.
Like Jimmy told Larry Brown the last preseason game. Hey, boy, you going to make the team today or you ain't going to make the team today. I'm watching you closely on the field.
That's right.
Man, Larry went out there and showed out.
And there you go.
And then he started.
And there you go, MVP.
MVP of the Super
So
Bowl.
That's
you
right.
would like to see more of Mingo then?
Yeah, Tolbert, Brother Mingo.
Flournoy.
I don't care. I don't care.
You don't care how it's pronounced?
I don't care if I see him. I want to see. We gave up a 4th.
Right.
I want to see him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This other kid, Tolbert, I want to see, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't see with everybody. So it's 2 guys that I've chosen that I want to see.
Right.
Like, I think our offensive line is set. We got Cooper. We got
okay, so if Zach's not here next year.
Zach
Zach ain't here.
Yeah, Zach ain't here. I ain't playing that
Okay,
game.
so right guard.
Right guard is whoever you want it to be.
Hoffman or Bass?
Hoffman or Bass. And then your left guard is the all-pro we got. He's stable. He's hard-nosed. Only thing we have to work on, is how you're going to play Guyton. Because I think the money keeps Steele where he's at. But we have some type of running ability, so Steele takes up a level. Where Steele is a C player now. Mm-hmm. If you run the ball enough, he becomes a C plus or a B player because he's a play action pass type.
Right.
If you ask him to block about 45 times pass, it ain't happening. But you mix enough run in there, he keeps his confidence.
So where would you like to fit Awesome Richards in?
Awesome Richards, he's not going to take the left tackle job because that, as long as Adoga and Guyton over there, they're gonna split that until Guyton grow up. So
but Doga's a free agent.
He's a swing guy. I would like to see him, if he could play it, is at the right tackle. But Steele is entrenched right there.
Right. Can he play guard?
Yeah,
Richards.
he can play guard. Yeah, he can play guard. He
So
can play
he
guard.
give them guys?
He can play left guard. Nice. He will be a nice left guard.
What about right guard? If he gets an opportunity to compete there.
He competed last year and they ignored him. He was in training camp. Him and T.J. Bass and Hoffman were the only three that played in every preseason game, started in every preseason game, played almost every position in preseason game. They have proven they competed, and they got in the game and showed you. So now it's if you want to as a coach. Is if, when the scouts sitting up saying, hey, we drafted these guys, you got to play these guys. The guys that need to be gone is the guys that's been here. It's, they need, I don't want to call kids out because people said I needed to be gone. So, I don't want to.
6-time Pro Bowl, man.
Richards,
Come on, man.
conceivably could serve as your backup swing tackle.
And guard. Richards played left guard in the preseason.
Well, you remember when before he got hurt, he was getting a rotation at left tackle.
Yes.
Right?
And so he started 2 preseason games at left tackle and then moved into the guard. So the kid can play. Now, can he play consistent? Like we didn't know Brock Hoffman could be consistent. Mm-hmm. He's not no great athlete, but you know what you get. And he solidified that offensive line. As great as Zach is, Zach was hurt. And I went on every show that I could go on saying, why are y'all doing this to Zach? What do you mean? He's injured. He's beat up. He's hurt. Right. So we delayed the process by 2 or 3 games, being loyal to Zach. And we should have. But at some point, a coach had to stand up on the table saying, we're hurting this kid. We're not helping this kid. We're hurting this kid. And nobody stood up on the table until he couldn't get up off the field. Now we see Hoffman, oh, was that a fluke? Then the next game, oh, man, he going against the kid from New York, the big beast from New York. Oh, he did okay. He didn't do great, but he did okay. Now, I'm like, wow, it took all of this. It took Guyton being sick, Noah Udoga, and we finally get to see Austin Richards. That's where everything changed when he went in the game.
So the offensive line should be in decent shape.
No, they in decent shape,
everybody
man. They in decent shape.
All right, and we're in really good shape with Nate being here, with Everson and Mickey, and we'll continue in Mick Shots in a moment.
For Illinois.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pregame sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pregame sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
Cowboys football and Miller Lite. What a pairing. Can cracks at kickoff. Tailgates going way past postgame. Sunday night overtimes followed by Monday morning swagger. Brisket in the smoker. Miller Lite in the cooler. America's team playing America's greatest sport. Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys football tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2023 Miller Brewing Company, Fort Worth, Texas.
to Mick Shots.
The Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, presented by Nationwide, recognizes players who do so much more, both on and off the field and in the community. Help Dallas Cowboys nominee Zach Martin raise funds for the National Medal of Honor Museum Foundation by casting your charity challenge vote on NFL.com/Man of the Year or tweet your support using the hashtag WPMOY Challenge. Voting ends on January 6th. Vote for Zach.
And we continue on Mick Shots here on a Football Friday. Everson Walls, Nate Newton, Mickey Spagnola with you for a few more minutes. And I think
we'll be coming on every Monday from this point.
Thank you, Nate. And if one of us is taking a long weekend, Nate Newton will be on the show.
He ain't going to take a long weekend. He ain't going to miss that $10 coming once a week. He better not. I'll come be over to his house telling his wife, hey, you need to get home or up.
Oh, man.
So one of the things we need to mention, and it's become everybody's making a big deal out of it, but it's probably the general wording in coaches' contracts. They're making a big deal that Mike McCarthy's contract will expire on January 14th.
Mm-hmm. Only the Cowboys.
Right. And nobody else is expiring, right? And also the assistant coaches. Well, the deal in the contract language is you have 9 days after your final game of a freeze there, and then the contracts are up. So you have 9 days to negotiate with your expiring contracts for coaches. To re-sign them. Otherwise, you don't have to give them permission to go interview with somebody else. So,
which the agent's already doing, but go ahead on.
Right, yeah, exactly. And so January 14th is the big date.
Yes.
So, and I like the way Jerry answered this question. They asked him if the last game, meaning Sunday against Washington, will have any effect on decisions he makes about the coaching staff. And he said, we all want to win. We want to have the last game a win, so that's important. But no, the hay is in the barn, really, for as far as our staff is concerned. The qualities of each coaches we know. So it's not like, oh, you got beat, you're all gone, right? He said, and he went on to point out the circumstances, what we dealt with this year has to factor into the decision, meaning all the injuries that they've dealt with. The other thing I thought was interesting, he said he liked the way the staff, including McCarthy, brought along young guys that'll give them a better opportunity next year to be better. I don't know if you agree with that.
Depth, boy.
I mean, you've always been a proponent of playing the young guys.
Yes, sir.
And by necessity, they played the young guys and still are, by the way.
Everson, what's your take on that? Now, I never heard you go in depth on that.
Well, in regards
to young guys?
And, you know. Well, yeah, that's why I was talking about the wide receivers. I was expecting them to just step up a little better.
Right.
You know, when you play wide receiver, man, if you're not built strong like Cook,
right,
or if you're not wiry like a CeeDee Lamb with that kind of strength, man, there's no way you can come out there and go against these wide receivers, these DBs man on man. And that's what we saw. Once they get up in our faces, we had the open window closed.
Right.
And I saw no one fighting for their quarterback to get open and create that lane for them. And when you see other teams do it, these are not great wide receivers doing it on other teams. They're just guys who are solid wide receivers.
But the thing that we are saying on these programs is, the coach schemed them. I'll be like, you know what, y'all can tell them fans that foolishness. Every receiver is not schemed open who gets a ball thrown to them.
Right.
You know, I do understand when a guy is rubbed or do something, or you go a little different formation that they ain't seen. You may catch them off guard, but that is overhyped.
Right.
Oh, they threw it. Oh, man, they threw them open. Well, what happened when they lose? The coach can throw them open today.
Right.
So the bottom line is you still need athletes like you're talking
that
about
can
to do their
one-on-one,
job.
bro.
Yes.
I just remember, and I know this has got to still be the case.
Right.
A DB and the wide receiver going at it one-on-one, to me, that's as exciting to me as the Oklahoma drill.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where you got guys going up against each other one-on-one.
Yeah.
That shows what kind of heart you got.
Right.
What you got. I don't want to. No, we're not going to get too graphic about. You gotta. You gotta show you got something.
Right.
You gotta show that you got something. You gotta show you got something. I didn't see fight in our wide receivers, and I know what that looks like because. I've seen wide receivers get disappointed when they go up against good DBs.
Right.
And these were not good DBs that they were going against. These guys need to play. They need to be more exciting. They need. I must say, I think our game plan as far as passing is concerned, I think we need to go downtown a whole lot more than we do.
Right.
Because what we do, we handcuff our quarterbacks. Okay, guys, let's start off with the quick slant. Let's go with CD on the move. Okay, we're going to make the move inside. When we get down in the red zone, he's not going inside. He's going outside. I mean, come on. I've seen all of that myself because it's been too consistent, meaning they run the same lackluster
offense
routes that I've seen for a long time. And for Dak and those guys to be able to do what they've done based on that, and I know how it goes. They want to start off slow. You want to go short route. Oh, we're going to set them up, guys, because then when they jump it, we're going to go deep. Well, by that time, you might throw 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
Because the linebackers are waiting on that route that you're running all the time.
That was very prevalent in Philadelphia game.
They know
when
what
they
you're
double
running.
moved, when they double moved and got free, we didn't deliver.
They know what they're running, man.
I think they were so afraid of not being able to protect against Philadelphia.
But they
wanted the ball out quick.
They did, though.
I know.
And the defense plays on that. They know that you want the ball out quick, so of course they're going to jump the routes, which happens all the bad games that we play.
But if you listen to how he said he called the game, and you can criticize him for it, it was we got to control the ball, time of possession, and get the ball out quick. We can't take sacks.
But you can't just get it out quick.
I got you.
You got to be open. You got to fight to be open.
But
the timing has to be there.
Our quarterback couldn't miss. They hit him twice on the double move. They hit him twice with Jonathan. They hit it, and he missed. Then they hit it another time, Cooks on the other side, and he missed. You can't miss. Coach Landry would tell Danny or whoever, hey, when we do this, you can't miss.
Can't miss.
Like Coach, you can't miss. Because if you miss, now we got to go back to what we was.
Right.
That was the surprise.
Yeah.
That was the I got you
take
moment.
Those shots.
Yeah, you got to, man.
I just think no matter who we play, the MO is the same. If you see, and of course I know all offenses have their patterns that they get into and their tendencies. I understand that. But if you're going to have those tendencies, then y'all better be on the same page. If we're doing this so much, we better be on the same page.
Well, then I think that they should go 5 wide on Sunday and spread it out and just fire away.
Well, you got to get Rico. You got to get against Texas.
Well, we got to get Rico though. 1 yard.
Rico's got to get his 1 yard.
Once he gets that,
and you got to get.
And Fergie got to pick up his game. Jason Ferguson.
Yeah.
I got.
You know what? He wasn't the same after he suffered that injury.
Yeah, he got to pick up his game.
That's true.
You got to get Micah his half a sack. Got to get Aubrey his field goal. Be nice if it's a 60-yarder.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how you do it or why you do it. You need to play lights out. I don't care what Washington doing as a head coach and as a position coach and coordinators and as players. Every player.
Show me something.
Yeah, because you don't
just go out here and play like it's the last game.
Man, we ain't in the playoffs. Well, you gonna get cut, dog.
I think they understand that. I think they understand
I just want to reiterate it. You gonna get cut. Check if Coach K checked him out. Look at this dude. He done quit.
So do I?
And they'll tell everyone else that wants to sign him he quit on us.
Instead of seeing cars after the game and family members holler, you see a bunch of U-Hauls lined up. Come on, man. Come on,
or the moving van.
Yeah,
in
the
front of
moving
the
van.
house.
Now, when you say you want this, sir?
So I'll leave you with this.
Please leave it.
Speaking of that, I remember Tony Sperano when he was here, and he had coached like 12 different places, right? Sort of John Fossil's deal.
Yeah.
And he said he came home one day and his wife was crying. He was here.
Right.
And he goes, "What's wrong?" She goes, "Are we moving again?"
Wow.
And he goes, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "There was a moving van in front of the house." And he goes, "Oh, that was the neighbors across the street."
Don't scare her.
That was the neighbors across the street, which was a player.
Don't scare her.
She was so concerned that when the moving van showed up, that was it.
That was the offensive lineman.
They were out the door, which no one really understands when these coaches get fired or not rehired.
No doubt.
It's an entire family that it affects.
No doubt.
So with that, I assume you guys are all going to pick the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
To win this.
Come
game.
on.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how I do.
Then let's do it. 8-9 sounds better than
8 and 9 does sound good.
9.
I just love messing
10,
up.
right?
I love messing up all you guys out there, gals that love the draft, that love to talk about the draft. We got you again. Yeah, we got you.
All right, and with that, that's it for Mick Shots on this Football Friday. We will be back at 11 o'clock on Monday in the off-season schedules. Thank you guys for joining me. And
11
we'll be
o'clock,
back.
Everson.
Yeah,
Mick Shots on DallasCowboys.com.
Go Cowboys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?